Which verbs are best for conveying emotion? Imagine trying to tell someone how you feel without using any words that show emotion. It would be pretty hard, right? That's why choosing the right verbs is so important when expressing feelings. Some verbs do a better job of showing emotion clearly and vividly. They are like tools that help you paint a picture of what someone is experiencing inside. When you want to make your stories or conversations more lively, these verbs can make a big difference. Verbs that effectively show emotion are those that describe feelings, reactions, or emotional states directly. For example, words like amaze, anger, delight, frighten, sadden, excite, confuse, and astonish are great choices. These words not only tell us how someone feels but also often suggest an action or change in feeling. That makes them more dynamic and expressive. When you say, "The news saddened her," it shows a clear emotional response. If you say, "The story excited the children," it captures a feeling of enthusiasm. Looking at where these verbs come from helps us understand their power. Take amaze, it comes from Old English amasion, which meant to confuse or bewilder. Today, it means to cause wonder or surprise. Anger comes from Old Norse anger, meaning grief or sorrow, but as a verb, it means to provoke anger or make someone mad. Delight traces back to Latin delectare, meaning to please or charm. When you delight someone, you give them great pleasure. Frighten comes from Old English fearten, which means to scare or terrify. Sadden is formed from the word sad plus n, meaning to make sad. Excite originates from Latin excitare, meaning to call out or stir up emotions like enthusiasm or eagerness. Using these verbs in sentences helps make emotions clear. For example, the magician's trick amazed the entire audience, shows surprise. His rude comment angered her deeply, shows anger. The beautiful sunset delighted everyone on the beach, expresses happiness. The loud noise frightened the children, shows fear. The news of the loss saddened the community, indicates sadness. And the thrilling story excited the readers, captures excitement. Verbs of emotion can be grouped by the feelings they express. For happiness, words like delight, amuse, please, and thrill work well. For sadness, sadden, depress, and grieve are good options. When it comes to fear, frighten, terrify, and alarm are effective. For surprise, astonish, amaze, and shock are strong choices. And for anger, enrage, and irritate fit perfectly. These verbs are part of a basic vocabulary because they help us share emotional experiences clearly and precisely. Whether you are telling a story, convincing someone, or just chatting, these words make your feelings understandable. They are simple but powerful tools for expressing what's going on inside. When you pick the right verb, you help others see and feel what you are experiencing. That's why the best verbs for conveying emotion are those that directly describe feelings or reactions, often rooted in old languages that reflected human experience. Using them makes your language more lively and your messages more meaningful.